All right, we're going to get right into the second part of workout 1 for the core balance and mobility program, the basic level. We're going now to a couple more standing exercises. The first one is going to be a standing bent over row. So for this one, I'll stand with my heels down, feet right together. And then I'm going to hinge at the hips, do a hip hinge. Feel the stretch back here. Hips are back, shoulders are forward, torso angled. Neutral spine. Try not to let it round. If anything, think about arching your back. Start with your arms dangling by your side, and then you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then release. Squeeze and release. Just this rowing motion. Your arms are going straight up and down. Look at the angle of my body here. You got to try to get a good amount of tilt forward so that it's really working your lower lats, not just your traps. So it's not going to be here. It's got to be back here to strengthen your mid back, the lower portion of your upper back. And then the other one is going to be some standing split tricep extension. So here I'm going to come into a split stance. I'll step one foot forward, the other leg is back. I want that back heel elevated, a front heel down. Upright torso position, arms starting overhead, and then I'm going to bend at the elbow. Notice that the elbows didn't go anywhere, they just bent. And then I'll extend, bend and extend. I'm going to feel this one in my tricep muscle a little bit, but also this is mobility for my shoulder girdle here. Because I want to bring my elbows back as far as I can while doing this motion. Okay, great. Next we're going to go on to we're going to come on down to the mat. And then we've got some arch holds, first and foremost, arch holds. I'm going to be on my back, on my belly. Palms are down by my side. And I'm going to flex my butt to lift my knees off the ground and squeeze my shoulder blades together to lift my chest off the ground. And I'm just going to hold this position. Pushing out with your abdominals helps you lift a little bit more. Squeeze 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Flipping over into some hollow holds with the knees tucked. This is pretty much the opposite. I'm going to crunch up and reach my arms down my side to lift my head off the mat. And then I'm going to have the knees bent so that my heels are off the ground. And really now try to crunch up in this position. Crunch your body as much as you can and hold for 15 seconds. And then release. Kneeling pointers are next. Kneeling position, and then I'm going to have my opposite arm and leg are going to lift. So I'll do left arm and right leg. Reaching and then sweeping through and staying on the same side. Trying to reach as far as you can with your fingertips and kicking as far back with your heel. Trying to get that knee straight, fully extended from your body. You can see it should be like one straight line. Also with the down hand, press strong through the elbow and flail out the fingers to stretch the hand out. No arching and rounding the back. Again, you're staying neutral at the spine. Next, you're going to go into a front plank. Drop your elbows down and extend your hips, extend your knees. Try to be as linear as you can. If you take resistance off it by piking up a little bit, but try to come flat. It's just going to be 15 seconds only. And release. A lying bridge hold is next. Lying on your back. Place your heels down. Let your head relax. Press through your heels to lift the hips up as high as you can, concentrating on squeezing your butt. 15 seconds here. Feel the stretch on your inner thigh a little bit too, maybe. Side lying leg lift. I'll extend my body straight out, relax my head, extend my feet, and then I'm just going to lift the top leg. I'm not rotating at the hip, I'm just lifting the hip. And I'm going to really feel the pinch on the outside of my butt. Both sides, 8 repetitions. No really crunching your abs here, just let your spine be straight while you do the leg lifts. And then we've got some lying side crunches. So I'm again going to go back onto my side, and then I'm just going to, I can use a little bit of neck momentum for this one, just a little bit. This is the range of motion that we want to have with our neck, just this little bit. So I'm going to use that momentum to try to get my shoulders off the ground. It's almost like if I'm stuck on the ground and I got to get myself up. It's that little bit of range of motion that we're working right here. Squeezing your lateral abdominal muscles. Freddie sucks at these. He needs to improve his range of motion. This is Freddie, by the way. It's not a person, it's just a cat. But next, we've got some crossover leg sweeps. Lying on my back. And here we're going to go into more transitional exercises. These are halfway strength and stretching. So see what I'm doing? I'm letting my head lay flat, and I'm keeping my legs close to the ground, and then I'm just kind of letting my hips swivel from side to side as they make this sweeping motion with my legs. My shoulders, I'm trying to kind of stay flat on the ground as much as I can, but they will tilt off the ground a little bit. Reverse clams are next. So this is where you're going to be on your back. You'll tuck your knees in, make fists, stick the fists together, squeeze the fists with your knees, and then you're doing this external rotation of your shoulders. This is a little range of motion here, but it's really important that we keep it mobile. Then just do 8 of those. And then we've got some lying leg kicks. Lying on your back, one knee can be bent or extended, probably extended actually. And then you just kick your other leg up. Pretty quick tempo here, trying to change directions quickly, and definitely feeling a stretch high in your hamstring on this one. Maybe it's in your calf if you're tighter there. Also strengthening my hip flexor with this one. Side lying shoulder external rotation is where you can lie on your side, tuck your elbow in, your elbow's going to stay tight to your side, and then you're trying to rotate at the shoulder while keeping a 90-degree bend at your elbow. You just squeeze, so you rotate your palm up and your forearm up like so. And I feel a strange little few muscles in around my scapula, around my shoulder blades that are working for this one. This is, a really good rotator cuff exercise. But make sure you're not rounding your shoulder here when you do this. You have to pull your shoulders back. Pull your shoulder back when you do this exercise. 8 each side. And then we've got some mountain climber holds. Place one foot down in front, the other knee down behind. Place your palms inside of your knees, and then you can stay with one knee down or extend. Maybe start with knee down. And I'm going to feel the stretch in the front leg, underneath the front leg, and the high in the hamstring. 15 seconds or so each side. It's really important to keep that high hamstring flexible, because your ability to bend down and maintain that mobility, but also to be powerful, is really dependent on your mobility there. Okay, last few here. We've got some straight legs seated stretch. I'm just taking a seat and extending my legs out straight, assuming an upright torso position, And if I can go further, I'll just bring my whole torso together on this one, flexing your toes up. And you're feeling it all the way on the other side of your leg. 15 seconds. Pretzel stretch. Cross one leg over the other, pull your legs into your chest. And you can hold this one for 15 seconds as well, each side. This is probably the best stretch there is. Pretzel stretch. Do this one every day. Won't hurt you. Kneeling hip flexor stretch. One knee down, the other knee is up. And then I'm going to squeeze my hips forward and feel this stretch on the inner thigh. Bonus points for having the top of your foot down on the mat to get a little bit of that plantar flexion stretch as well. Pushing the hips forward. Right here is where I feel it. There's your hip flexor. 15 seconds. Kneeling lateral lunge stretch. So from here I can just extend one leg out. I keep one knee down, the other leg I extend straight out. I'm going to feel this one on my groin area, inner thigh. I can push my hips back a little bit to increase the stretch. Both sides, whole foot down. Keep your whole foot down on this one. And lastly, a foot massage. So we'll spend 1 minute per side on your feet. Just get in any comfortable position. And then we'll grab a hold of this foot and I can wiggle the toes a little bit, mobilize there. Trying to get some blood flow to the area. I can dig in the top of the foot. This is an area that gets the top of the underside of the foot. That gets tender. Definitely right in the arch of your foot. Press your thumbs in real hard. Take a strong grasp of your foot and knead that out. Then you can work on the, you can massage the heel. You can come above the heel. There's this indentation right there, and you can feel that Achilles tendon starting out. You can give that a little love. Then you can work your way into your high in your ankle, right above your ankle joint, and squeeze some of that out a little bit. And then the top of the foot, running parallel to the tendons that run down your foot, and just warming those up a little bit. You can do this for both feet, and this is just, your feet are so underappreciated. This sort of mobilization will go a long way, and if you can get in the habit of doing this once a week at least, or every other day, it's just really empowering. And that's it for day one. Thank you so much for participating.